I'm just thinking about whether I've got the wood to do another couple of shelves. They'll be done
So
different.
you want to, once again, you want me to move all of my stuff, which I've just finished rearranging, in here because you want to add more shelves.
Well, if you do, you can always. I'll just not bother if you don't. If you don't want, you could just have piles of games everywhere.
Okay. Does that mean I can finish drawing my Star Treks?
No. Well, fine. You don't want shelves? Fine. That is easy for me to not bother. I can go upstairs and I can play trains.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good evening, or good night, whatever time zone you're in when you see this. We haven't had a vlog for a couple of days. I do say that a lot. I want to get back to daily vlogging, but the problem has been I work really, really long hours editing a load of videos. We've just done 2 weeks worth of Jen's show and did it in a couple of days, and there wasn't much else to do to film, so it wouldn't have been a good vlog, so I just didn't do it. I don't want to bore you with stuff, but here's what I have actually filmed during the last few days. Right guys, I've just come into the office, done my exercises for the day. It's all about getting back into shape. I haven't actually put weight on for weeks now. I'm still 2 stone down on what I was before we started the vlog up again, and it's held, but I know that I'm not in shape because my fitness is going down. Just doing my exercises, it should make me out of breath because that's kind of part of what you do, but it shouldn't make me as out of breath as quick, so I need to really ramp that up. So I'm here in the office, and today I've got an awful lot of work to do, editing videos and preparing for some new animations that we're doing, the ones that come after the Star Trek film reviews that we're doing. The other Star Trek films, yes, I need to do the pictures and the animations pieces for the Next Generations, which I haven't done yet, so I've got a few weeks to do that. I'm holding here a ZX Spectrum, which I got from Sir Patrick Furlong. Yes, Sir Patrick. I'm going to send you a knighthood from Calandia, Patrick, because of your contributions to computing history in the museum. This machine is wonderful, by the way. Oh my goodness. It's exactly the one that my friend had when I was a kid, and we would play a load of old Spectrum games on his Specky before he got his Amiga, and we used to love this. So it really is a blast from the past. Thank you so much, Patrick. I'm going to be having a lot of fun with that, especially since I've also got the Div MMC Future from Future, was it 8-bit, I believe it is, but it might not be Time with Software, I think. Yeah. Yes, the Future was 8bit.com. This thing, put an SD card with a load of specky programs in, attach it to the back, and then just press this button. It gives you a menu of all the Spectrum stuff that you've put on, so you don't have to worry about tapes and discs. It's great. What it means is I can code on my Mac and all the games that I want to do, put it onto here and run it on original hardware, the same way I can do with the Amstrad CPC and that little device behind the disk drive called the flopper. Only it's a bit more compact on the Spectrum version. So really happy. Thank you again from Patrick. This is wonderful. Sir Patrick, I should say. So there you go. I'll also send you some nice sketched art books from the comics. I know you like the comics, so I'll send you what we've got here with the art. I think it's only 1 and 2. I've I've run out of 3. I might have to order some more of those. So I'll send you those as a thank you. And my goodness, I am so exhausted. So it's going to be a long day here. I'm going to get myself a nice cup of tea and settle in. It's going to be an interesting day. Let's do it. Now, today, because I'm here in the office myself, I'm going to be getting a bit of footage for some future Game Hammers. Got some plans for those. So I've got the first footage for the Game Hammer that will come out next week already done. Going to be working on some Star Trek slides for animations as well. So it's going to be an interesting day, and I hope you enjoy what we've got. Let's get to it. This is what I've got so far. It's the Next Generation set. That's the ink that I was working from. It's taken a lot of time to put that together. I've still got to do all of the LCARS displays and the bit down there as well. So all of that's still to go. But I colored it in to get a base for all of that. And then what I'll do is once I've drawn the highlights, I'll just add another layer with the highlights over the top for the LCARS. And that will work out well. So now once I've done all of that, I've got a basis. I can add Riker, Picard, Troy, Data, probably Wesley Crusher or generic ensign, someone. I had Mr. Worf up here, and then I've got an entire set. Then what I can do from that is I can zoom in the ink that I've got here to a Picard or a Riker or a Troy or even a Worf at the back. And then I've got bits that I can add in as extra pieces, and that way all of my scenes will come together fairly quickly. So I've got the bases here now, I've just got to add in the LCARs and then I can get moved on. Probably going to take another couple of hours, but I think it'll be worth it. My dear, are you polishing your weapon?
Yes.
Giving it some good rubbing?
Yes.
Be careful it doesn't go off.
It's alright. It's been deactivated.
Only fires blanks. Well guys, it's been a really long day. I've finished what I needed to do with the Star Trek stuff, and I want to talk to you about one of the reasons why I like Star Trek so much, because I want to do this. And it comes back from, I was watching it when I was a kid, doing my homework, and then because I got into it so much and really loved it, I actually wrote a stage play based on it. It was called Star Trek ? A cruel parody of the godfather of science fiction. And my friends and I, we performed it at our school's drama festival, which is basically an opportunity for any of the students who weren't normally into drama to get involved and put on a production and really get behind it. Normally a teacher would control the thing and direct and make sure that everything was fine. I wasn't given a teacher. They decided that I was good enough to do it myself. So I wrote this thing, I produced it, I organised the set for it, I organised the sound and the lighting for it, I had scripts for every part of it, and I organised the rehearsals. There was no teacher involved. Occasionally a teacher would come in and ask me what we were up to and how it was going, but most people had a teacher to help direct. They just decided to let me get on with it. And I still don't know why. It was a weird thing. My school seemed to have this case of one rule for most people and then another rule for anyone that they liked. And it was weird that it turned out that I was one of the ones they liked and thought was smart enough and mature enough, perhaps, to do these things myself. It was weird. Like, we had this rule of you couldn't have metal on your shoes because bullies would bring in steel-toe capped shoes and then kick people. My shoes had little metal tags on, and they were allowed. You were supposed to wear your tie if you were male, and before I transitioned, of course, that's what they thought I was. I never did, and they didn't tell me off for it. Little things like that was weird. So, looking back, it was completely inappropriate because you're supposed to have one rule for everyone, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the perks, let's put it that way. Anyway, we're making this play, and it was just a little thing, like 5 or 6 minutes long, but it had several scenes, lots of characters. The entire Enterprise crew from the original series was there. We had some Klingons, we had a battle scene and things like that, and it was a lot of fun. I'd made it as funny as I could, and my friends, they chipped in some ideas which I tried to incorporate. We ended up with this funny script. And then when we turned up for the night to perform it on the closing night of the drama festival, turns out we were the final act. We were like the top billing, and I still can't work out why. The teachers hadn't seen this thing, but it felt a little bit at the time like they were setting us up for a fall, but we went on and we did it and people loved it. So I've been trying to find that script for a few days now. I think I've found it on one of my old backup discs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make that as one of my animated Star Trek things. My own little production as an animated Star Trek thing. We'll see how well it goes. It could end up quite tricky to do because I'll have to animate movement, which I don't normally do in these things. But I'll see what I can do for that. And it should be quite fun. But anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you about. That's the end goal project for the moment. It's probably going to be several months away because it will require me to actually animate scenes, which means a lot more work. But I think it'll be fun. It'll be a nice little thing to try out. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. So it's been a hodgepodge because I had to film over several days just to the sheer amount of work we've been doing. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. If you liked today's video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Doing that really does help to keep the channel going. And an extra special huge thanks has to go out to Chief89, Tepic, and Sam Yates. Thank you very much.